everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a continuation to our first video about wine. It was believed that Georgia, which is located in Eurasia's Caucasus region, is the first known wine creation was traced by archaeologists back in 6000 BC. The early Georgians discovered that grape juice could turn into wine by burying it underground for winter time. So after making the juice and put it in a barrel or whatever container that they bury the container underground during winter time to maybe maintain the temperature of the juice, and they discovered that it could turn into wine. The winemaking process involves pressing the grapes and then pouring the grape juice into the kibevri or kibebri. Hope I pronounce it right. But in short, it is a large egg-shaped terracotta clay pots. And then they seal and buried it into the ground so that the wine can ferment for 5 to 6 months. For ancient cultures, winemaking, so after harvesting or after the grapes are harvested, the grapes are crushed by any manner or means. But the most popular during those times was the bare feet method, or crushing the grapes with bare feet. Bare feet would produce enough pressure to break the skin of the grape, but would not crush the seeds, which produce a bitter flavor. So the feet would not crush the seeds of the grapes, because the seeds of the grapes will produce bitter flavor. To this date, winemakers use the stemmer crusher. So they're not using the bare feet anymore. So they are now using the process which is called the stemmer crusher. And then it is the stemmer uses either rollers or perforated cylinders with rapidly spinning paddles to separate the grapes from the stems and leaves and gently break the grape skin and release the grape juice. Okay, a pump pulls the mixture of grape juice, skin, and seeds, called must, from into a wine tank. And also to this date, the wine making process only takes like 2 to 3 weeks for fermentation process. To accelerate the process of winemakers, they add yeast to the juice to start fermenting. So before, during ancient time, they don't use yeast, but to this date, winemakers are using yeast. That is to make the process of making wine shorter or faster. There are several ways to ferment grape juice also into wine, but the most common method is to use yeast. So after the grapes have been crushed and the juice extracted, the next step in making wine is to begin fermentation process. This is when sugar in the grape juice is converted into alcohol. For the red wine production, winemakers include the grape skin and seeds in fermentation. The process, called the last stage, is fermenting red wine with skins and seeds. For the white wine production, the production of white wine involves separating the white grape juice from the solids of the crushed grapes and fermenting just the juice. So that is the difference of fermenting red wine and white wine. So for the question, is red wine made only from red grapes? Okay, is red wine made only from red grapes? So the answer is red grapes generally make red wines, but not always. The time the wine is fermented and the types of grape and the type of growing season and where the grape was grown all impact the color of the wine. So that's how red wines are made, or there's a lot of impact on how red wine is made. So one of the most popular grape varieties for red wine making is the Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon is one of the most popular grape varieties in the world for making red wine and most possibly the first grape to be used in making wine. Cabernet Sauvignon offers a great balance of flavors and aromas. For white wine, Chardonnay is a white grape variety from Burgundy, France, the world's most popular white grape variety. But there are other popular white grape variety like Sauvignon Blanc, Riesling, Pinot Gris, Semillon, and many more. So there are also varieties of grape that could be used for making white wine. So for today's video, we learned that making red wine and white wine have different process and uses different varieties of grapes also. And also we have learned that the region where the grapes are grown and the season or climate of the region where it is grown impacts the color of the wine produced. Just a disclaimer, I am not an expert on winemaking. Any correction on what I have stated in this video is under your care. I just find it interesting to find out how this people's favorite drink in any occasion or for personal relaxing moment was made. For me it is interesting to know this kind of drink that everybody likes. And I hope you have enjoyed watching my video and hope to see you on my next video. We will continue on researching on how this people's favorite drink was made. Once again, thank you very much everyone and hope all of you have a great one. Bye for now.